Download, baby, download. Oh, it is done. We are done. I got some new tunes for the old shop now. Nice. Make sure you head to gregarcade.com and buy the new album, Soundtrack to the Collapse. That's right, gregarcade.com. I'll be playing some of his music on my stuff, I'm sure. But if you like what you hear, go ahead and buy. Oh, yep. It's another wonderful looking morning out here. Trees growing nicely. So I got to deal with that. So a buddy of mine, he contacted me earlier this week, about Thursday or so, and he asked me if I wanted to buy something off of him. And so we made a deal, and well, this is one of the 440s with a 727 out of a 73 Imperial. So the transmission will be a little more heavier duty, which is nice. Apparently it wasn't seized, but we were trying to turn it over and she's a little locked up. So I'm assuming that we can probably get this thing going. So we're probably going to shoot some goop down in the old cylinders here, and we'll probably get this turning over by hand. But before we do anything to it, we're going to take it. I'll have to plug that off. We're going to take it to the car wash, and I'm going to wash the hell out of it, just because it's already in the truck. It's already here, and like I said, this is one of two. The other one is definitely seized, and it has a transmission as well. But there she is. There she be in all her glory. And like I said, it's a 73 block, so I can do stuff with this because I have the other parts in the garage, the 6-pack rods and everything else, and the steel crank. This might either I get this thing running, or I'll use the other one for the core, so I can build my 6-pack ish 440. But for right now, I think I'm going to use this transmission for the New Yorker, because as you remembered, I snapped the tail shaft. Like, I could just replace the tail shaft, but if I got a whole transmission, I'll just use that. Besides that, I have a little bit of bad news about the just a little bit of bad news. Now, I've been working pretty good, constant on this car. Got it up, got it legitimately safetied and this and that. Put all the time and effort into it. Still needs a carb, but I started driving it, and for some reason, the transmission is now slipping from second to third. So I don't know what's going on there or why. It's one of those things where it was an old wise tale with some of these older cars that haven't been, looked after or maintained for a certain amount of time. If you change the fluids, you're going to have issues. Well, I did change the fluids in this thing. It's got new oil in it, new filter, you name it. And now it's slipping. So I'm like, well, that's not good. So whatever gunk was in there that made it work is now cleaned out, and now it's slipping. So we're looking at doing a transmission swap on this now. But I'm not sure. I got to double check. I got to find some numbers or something. But I think this is a 904, which is, well, not desirable anyways. So this might get the 727 treatment as soon as I get a hold of one. So we're going to see what we're going to do with that. I want to sell it. It's a downside of car stuff, especially with classic cars. So I might still try to sell it the way the way it is, safety, whatever. Let somebody else have it, and they can do all the work to it, you know? That's what I'm thinking. So, yes, this will be, I will put this up soon, I think. And of course, if it doesn't sell, and I gotta pull the transmission, pull the whole car apart anyways, I'll probably end up just saying screw it, because the transmissions I have around here, I do not have any small block transmissions, although I know where to find them. But if I'm going to switch it over to 727 and do all this extra work, well, I might as well just put a 400 in it with the transmission, because I have an extra 400. So, I mean, that might be the way. If nobody buys it and takes it as is, that's probably what I'm going to do, is swap it out, put the 400 in it, because it would be easier on fuel, believe it or not. And, well, obviously more power and more desirable. And I have a transmission. So, yeah, I think that might be the way to go if nobody wants to buy it. So there you go. Oh, beer break. Well, I gotta say, that looks pretty dang good on that truck. It actually suits the truck. I think I just added $500 value to this thing. Yeah. Oh man, looks pretty sweet. Looks pretty slick with that thing on.